Let's go ahead and use what we did in the introduction to solve a problem. So here we're looking for the angle, this question mark. So that's our reference angle. In reference to that angle, we have the opposite side and we have the adjacent. So if you look at SOHCAHTOA, like I told you, the setup should be easy. So looking at SOHCAHTOA, we have the opposite side and the adjacent. So we're going to use tangent. Tangent of question mark. So I'll put x equals the opposite over the adjacent. So how do we solve for x? What we're going to use is we're going to use the inverse tangent. So case 3, if we go back to case 3, remember we had the 3 cases in the past section. So case 3 is this. If you have sine of x equals 10 over 25, how do you solve it? You're going to do this, the inverse sine of the side measures. That's what's going to give you the angle. That's how we go backwards. That was the whole point of that introduction, was how do we go backwards? If we're given the sides, let's do the inverse of the side to give us the angle measure. So we have the sides on the right side. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the inverse of tangent. Since our function's tangent, we're doing the inverse of tangent. We're going to do the inverse of tangent to the sides, and that's going to give us the angle measure. So tangent inverse or arc tangent, it could be called arc tangent, but here's tangent inverse. That's how it is in Desmos. So we'll use that, and that's going to be 53.13. Let's look at another example. So here we have our reference angle is the question mark. This is the adjacent side. This is the hypotenuse. If you list out SOHCAHTOA, once you get the hang of this, you don't have to do this anymore. We have adjacent hypotenuse, so we're going to use cosine of x equals the adjacent over the hypotenuse. You could simplify that fraction. We're just going to use a calculator, so it doesn't matter. And we're going to do the inverse of cosine. And it's just putting that in real quick. I got 75.52.